صاحبالزمان قبلة الإسلام شيخ مولانا محمد ناظم عادل الحقاني صاحبulsaif شيخ عبدالكريم Kibrisi رباني قدس الله أسرهم حاضر الأرواح için هادم الحرمين الشريفين Yavuz Sultan Selim Han Abdülfatih vel Magazi Fatih Sultan Mehmed Han ve Serdar Hakan Sultan Abdülhamid Han cennet mekan Firdevs-i Aşin Hazret'in ervahına ve avni inayetine alel husus bu caminin bayinesi ve bugüne kadar içerisinden gelmiş geçmiş İmam Muazzin Kayyim cemaatin ve kafe ehli erman ervahı için Allah rızası için El Fatiha. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله هيا على الصلاة هيا على الصلاة هيا على الفلاح هيا على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
لا إله إلا الله سيدنا مولانا الحمد لله الحمد لله الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين نحمد الله تعالى ونستغفر ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له نشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده وحبيبه ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأزواجه وأصحاب التابعين خلفاء الراشدين بعدهم من بعده وزر أمتي على التحقيق غز منهم على الأميت خلفاء الرسول على التحقيق أمير المؤمنين حضرة أبو بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعلى باقي أصحاب التابعين رضوان الله عليهم أجمعين يا أيها المؤمنون الحاضرون اتقوا الله تعالى وإن الله من الذين اتقوا الذين هم محسنون الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. All praises are due to Allah, Lord of the universes. All praises are due to Allah, who says in the Holy Quran in Surah An-Nisa, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. To Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth. And we have instructed those who received the book before you, and we instruct you that you keep your duty to Allah. And if you disbelieve, then truly to Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth, and Allah is free from all wants, worthy of praise. Truly to Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth, and Allah is sufficient as defender. If He wills, He can remove you, O people, and bring others in your place. Allah is able to do that. Whoever desires the reward of the world, let him know that with Allah is the reward of the world and the Akhirat. Allah is ever hearer, seer. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. May peace and blessings be upon the beloved of Allah, Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi wasallam. Holy Prophet alayhi wasallam said, whoever says, O Allah, shower mercy upon Muhammad and grant him the nearest rank in your court on the day of judgment, my shafa'at becomes wajib for that person. May peace and blessings be upon our Holy Prophet alayhi wasallam, and upon his noble family, and upon his blessed companions, especially upon the four Khulafai Rashidin, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrat Umar al-Faruq, Hazrat Osman al-Ghani, and Hazrat Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them until the last day. May peace and blessings be upon the grand sheikhs of this noble way, who guide their followers to the sacred house from the secret path. May peace and blessings be upon the Ottoman sultans, who were the shadows of Allah on earth that gave shade to the innocent, and also the swords of Allah on earth, who brought justice to those who spread cruelty on the earth. May Allah love those who love them. May Allah curse those who hate them. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, O believers, and today is the last Jumma of the holy month of Muharram. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept whatever weak service we offered in this month, and may He forgive all our weaknesses that we have performed in this month and count us among His good servants. We are now about to enter into the month of Safar, and our Shaykh SahibulSaif, Shaykh Abdulkerim Kibrisi Rabbani, is saying to us, we are leaving one more month behind from another year. The month of Muharram is almost finishing. We are entering to another month, the month of Safar, that so many incidents are coming down during this month. Believers must be very careful. Sultan al-Awliya Shaykh Maulana Muhammad Nazim Adil Hakkani Qadasah Sir is also saying, it is the heaviest month. In this month, many troubles come because it's Safar. In the month of Safar, many troubles come. It is said that 700,000 troubles, they come. May Allah give them to the unbelievers. Ameen. May He subhanahu wa ta'ala not give them to us. Say 3 shahadat and 300 astaghfirullah every day. Continue with this every day till the month ends. Every day, give charity. If you can't find someone to give it to, put it somewhere first thing in the morning. Then when you find, give, because a lot of accidents happen this month. You can stop accidents and troubles only with charity. One charity closes 70 doors of trouble. Therefore, how much you can afford or how much you want to give from your heart, give a charity to counter the day's trouble. Take care about that. May Janabul Haq show us bright days, and may all the world be guided and brought to this brightness. The enemy of mankind looks like man, but in reality are wild animals. May we be protected from their evil. Amen. O believers, we are in need of protection in this world. Not just in this month that is coming, but all the time. We are surrounded by enemies, our nafs, shaitan, our hawa, our dunya. These are enemies that are trying to destroy us and take our shahadat, our faith away from us. What gives man protection? Hazrat Yunus Emre Qadasir is saying, good manners, Edep, is a crown from the Lord of guidance. Wear that crown and be protected. Be free from every curse. And the Pir of our tariqat, Khwaja Shah Naksibendi Qadasir, is saying, anyone who does not have Edep cannot reach to the pleasure of Allah. Allah created man to have good manners. And one of the big reasons for the Holy Prophet ﷺ's mission in this world was to bring people to the station of good manners. That is why Holy Prophet said, I have been sent only to perfect good manners. And he ﷺ also said, the most beloved of Allah's servants to Allah are those with the best manners. And he said, ﷺ, the best among you in Islam are those with the best manners. Holy Prophet ﷺ is also giving warning about losing the manners. He's saying, truly, the most beloved of you and the closest to me in Akhirat are those with the best character. Verily, the most hateful of you to me, and the furthest from me in Akhirat, are those with the worst character, the boastful, the proud, and the ones who use too many words. A thinking person, when he hears this, he must understand that adab, good character, that the Holy Prophet ﷺ is describing in these hadiths, it is not the simple meaning of good manners that we learn in school. It cannot simply be being polite, or putting our hands on our hearts, or putting our heads down when we are speaking to people, or having a nice voice. The manners that are being described here, they are a matter of a person's destiny in the Akhirat. Hazrat Abdullah ibn Mubarak radiallahu anh said, people have so many outward rituals of adab, but we have learned that adab is knowledge of the nafs. So where do we begin? Where do we learn? Where do we understand the kind of adab that is being described in these hadiths sharif? We must go to the masters of adab, to the owners of adab, the awliya Allah, the friends of Allah. They are the ones who are teaching this knowledge. Our Grand Shaykh, Shaykh Maulana Muhammad Nazim Al-Hakkani Qadasasir is saying, adab is to know your limit. If you know your limit, you will have adab. Possessors of adab are the close ones. They are searched for, desired, and complimented. They are honored to be addressed with Merhaba, O lovers. And the awliya are saying, I became a student in the gatherings of the people of Irfan, spiritual knowledge. But knowledge came last. First is adab. First is adab. The station of knowledge comes last. What is required? What is wanted from a man? Adab. What is adab? To know one's order, to know one's place, to know what to do. Our Allah made us the nation of His beloved. Watch your adab in the presence of His beloved. And the Sultan of the Saints, he speaks the truth. When you forget who you are, you lose your adab. When you forget who you are and who your Lord is, you lose your adab. Shaykh Maulana's words are pointing to the hadith, where Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, whoever knows himself, he knows his Lord. For a man to enter into good manners, he has to know who he is. It is, as Hazrati Zulnul al-Misri is saying, servanthood is to be Allah's servant at all times, just as He is your Lord at all times. The Quran Karim is giving so many examples of people who forgot their servanthood to Allah, who lost their manners, and the results, the consequences of losing those manners. What happens when you lose them? Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi Qadasasir is giving the explanation of that Holy Quran in his Masnavi Sharif. He's explaining this, saying, we should beg Allah for the favor of having adab and respect, because the person without manners is kicked out from the Lord's pleasure. The mannerless person doesn't suffer alone, but sets the world on fire. A table came from paradise without any effort to the Bani Israel. But in the midst of Musa and his people, some spoke rudely and said, where are the garlic and lentils? The table and the bread from paradise ended immediately, and there remained for us the painful burden of working with the shovel and the sickle. Again, when Isa alayhi salam made dua, Allah sent a table with plenty of food on trays. Yet again, the mannerless ones abandoned adab and respect and hiddenly took the food home like beggars. Isa asked them sincerely to be respectful, saying, "This food lasts, and it will not decrease from the earth." But acting suspiciously and bringing greed to the table of divine grandeur is rejecting, and it is ingratitude. And so because of these people who acted like beggars, who were blinded by greed, the door of mercy shut to them. When zakat is refused, the rain clouds don't come. When zina spreads, plague spreads. Whatever sadness and greed comes to you is because of your bold sinning and disrespect. Whoever acts with bold disrespect in the path of the beloved is a highway robber of the real men of tariqat and is not a man. Because of adab and respect, the paradises became full of light, and through such respect, the angels became innocent and pure. But the sun became eclipsed and dark from bad manners. And because of bad manners and anger, Azazil was kicked out from the gathering of the angels and became shaitan. Bad manners, bad adab, it has consequences. Bad manners brings curses. Bad manners takes away divine favor. Bad manners turned Azazil into shaitan. What was the bad manners of shaitan? Our Shaykh SahibulSaif is explaining it clearly, so real, saying, all intelligence is to teach people to have proper manners. We are seeing it from shaitan that he lost and he has been kicked away from the divine presence only because he lost the proper manners. He was worshipping. No one can worship the way that he was worshipping. He was doing everything, but he lost the proper manners. When the Lord of the heavens said to him, make sajda to this one, he looked at Adam alayhi salam and he said to Allah, no, it is wrong what you say. That's how he lost the proper manners. He didn't curse. Today, so many people are cursing to Allah and His Prophet. He didn't curse. He didn't say ugly words that man is using today, but he said, you made a mistake. That one is supposed to be prostrating to me, not me to him. That's a mistake. He lost the manners in all these worship and everything that he did. Allah counted them for 0 and He said to him, get lost from the divine presence, and wherever I'm sending you is a punishment to you. Stay there until the last day, and after that I will put you into accounting. So when a man loses proper respect, then he will also be kicked away from the divine presence. The divine presence for murids is the Dergahı. The Dergahı of Allah. It is not such that a man is going to leave this area, going somewhere else, living there and worshipping. No. Then anywhere you turn your way to worship, you will find that you have been kicked away. You have been cursed away. You can turn, you can go up and down, but you are not going to benefit anything then. And the words of SahibulSaif, they speak the truth. It's not a philosophy or a theory. These are real words that apply to you and they apply to me. The disobedience of shaitan is an example to each and every one of us. The disobedience of shaitan, its roots was that he considered himself better than Adam alayhi salam, and he did not want to take him as his guide. And because he thought that, his anger and his pride made him to speak back to his Lord and say, you made a mistake. What was the punishment that came from that? A separation. Shaitan is suffering from that separation from that time until today. Yes, separation, it is a curse and it is a punishment. What is the proof? The words of the Prophet is the proof. Al-Jama'atu Rahmat وَالْفِرْقَةُ عَذَابٌ. The Jama'at is mercy and separation is a punishment. Shaitan was in a Jama'at. He was Azazil, but he was in the Jama'at of the angels. He was a jinn, but he reached to paradise through his worship. And through his worship, he was in the company of angels. But with those bad manners, he was kicked out from that Jamaat and sent into separation, without friends, without companions, alone in his disobedience. Those in this tariqat have a Jamaat and a majlis. The markaz of this Jamaat is the Dergah. That is why Shaykh Efendi is saying the divine presence of the murid is the Dergah. The divine look of Allah falls on the murid here. Once a person loses adab and enters the punishment of separation, there is no peace. Just like Shaitan has no peace from the day of his disobedience until today, a man in separation has no peace. And Shaykh Efendi is saying, you can even do so much sajda and going up and down, but you will know that it doesn't benefit you anymore. The wise people say, learn manners from those who lost their manners. May we not enter into losing our manners, and we not become blind from losing our manners. Hazrat Ismail Haqqi Bursevi Qadasat Sir is saying, stick to outward and inward adab. If someone makes a mistake in the outward adab, they will get an outward punishment. Those who make a mistake in the inward adab, they will be punished internally. Whoever loses their adab becomes separated from Allah Jalla wa'ala, even if they think they are getting closer to Him. Though they may think they have become accepted, they are instead being turned away. What makes a man to maintain his adab? What makes a man keep his promise? Shaitan had knowledge. Shaitan had worship. So it's not more worship. It is not more knowledge. But what he was missing was sincere love. If Shaitan's love to Allah had been true, he would have made sajda to Adam alayhi salam. Love to Allah, love to the Holy Prophet, love to the ones they love. That is the key to becoming a true one. As Shaykh Efendi is saying, look, the rain is coming down. We are looking and seeing that it's coming to the ground, to the dirt area. And on the asphalt, 10 minutes later, it dries out again. Nothing comes out. But when rain comes down on the earth and the sun shines, then a little bit later, you'll see the grass growing right away. It's giving. The grass is never going to grow in the asphalt, on the roads. So you must turn till your heart inside, turn things upside down, throw out all the wrong things, the weeds and everything for the real fruit, for the real tree to grow, to give fruit. If you are not giving fruit, then that love is not good again. So everything is concentrating on that. And we must learn how to love and who to love. Firstly, you must love Allah, firstly, and His Prophet ﷺ. Then for us, we must love our Shaykh. Then we must love those that Allah loves. We must love those who are beloved to Allah. If we don't love them, then we are missing something again. So claiming to love Allah and His Prophet ﷺ is not complete then. And Shaitan, some way, somehow, someday, will show you something from other places, tempting you, showing you something, saying, oh, it is so great, you must love this one too. Then you run and you love somebody that Allah doesn't love, and you are in trouble. All the things that you do, it becomes zero. These are the words of our Shaykh, SahibulSaif. May Allah protect us from living a life that ends with all our works being zero. May Allah keep our ashq alive in our hearts and give us an ashq that makes us to move. May Allah protect us so that we can keep that ashk. Sultan Bahu gave good advice to those on the path, saying, everyone asks for their faith to be kept safe. Who is asking for the safety of their ashk? Everyone asks for their faith to be kept safe, but who is asking for their ashk to be kept safe, for their love? The places where ashk has reached, faith has not even heard about it. I get ashamed to ask for my faith to be preserved, but I carefully guard my ashk. Ya Rabbi, please keep my ashk safe. I will give my faith in exchange. Without ashk, a murid becomes dead. Dead. Ashk, love, the passion that makes you to move, is the blood that pumps inside the body of the murid, making him to move in the way of Allah. Once that blood stops pumping, slowly he loses his energy and slowly he moves into the world of separation. May Allah preserve our ashk. We are on the doorstep of the month of Safar. May Allah grant us protection from curses. May Allah protect us from the curse that we pull to ourselves. May He cause the taj of good manners to stay on our head. May He keep our ashk alive. May He keep us in the jamaat of His beloved ones and count us as servants of that majlis. May He not kick us out and place us into the punishment of separation. Amin. And we end with Shaykh and his dua saying, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, forgive us for the wrong things that we are doing. Keep us in the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Keep us with those you love. Keep us with those whom you said to us to love, and give us understanding to know the ones you don't love. And we will turn our faces away from them. Amin. Amin. Amin. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Lazim. Lazim. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu lahul mulku wa lahul hamdu qadir. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minadh-dhalimin. La ilaha illa anta subhan qudusun rabbuna rabbul malaikati wa ruh. Subhan qudusun rabbuna rabbul inna dinna inna Allah. Qam salat. Amin. Majid.